right, new addition to the homestead here. Got the KRX. So we proved the concept. It will fit on there barely. It actually rolled off once I undid the straps from the ride home, but I'm gonna lift it up, get the ramps under there, and then I'll drive it down off. But I'm gonna end up building a bed extender for this. This thing towed down the road, or went down the road fine. No body roll, no nothing like that. You couldn't even tell it was back there. So the flatbed is going to work. We just need to extend it a little bit. That puppy. And this is not a great situation. It'll sit right there, I think, but what a spring so far. It's been 80 or close to it a couple days, and then you get this crap weather. But it is what it is. It's still early April. Actually, April only 2nd, so I'm gonna be soaked though. right, so this was kind of a spur of the moment thing, but it was too good of a deal to pass up. This is a 2020 KRX 1000. I believe it's the base model. These things come with about 110 horsepower, a lot of ground clearance. They're a heavier machine, and they're built for pretty much crawling, trails, stuff like that, rocks. Really well built machine. These things are heavy duty. So guy posted this yesterday around lunchtime. I texted him I think 40 minutes after it was posted, and was fortunate enough to be the one to go down and grab it. But this thing is in really nice condition. 1,000 miles, like I said. You can tell he took really well care of it. And yeah, these things come, I believe, with 31s, 32s. They're 31s, so they factory 31s. So I got down there, and the guy apparently had a buddy with a KRX who had sold his, didn't sell the accessories and stuff with his machine because he wanted to give them to this guy so he would have his spares. So I got two brand new Maxxis Carnivore 31s. I'm just gonna hold on to those because this thing's getting, and I'm just gonna hold on to those because this thing's getting 35s. So I'm gonna sell all 6 as a set probably when I get ready to, or when I put my 35s on. And it also came with a full windscreen, a half windscreen, and a whole box of other parts, which I'm gonna show you here right now. An entire set of axles. These are not Rhinos. These are factory axles off his buddies. His buddy swapped his out for Rhinos, and so these are factory takeoffs. Came with a factory front bumper off his buddy's KRX. Not the right color for this machine. I'm probably gonna throw this right on Marketplace and see if I can't get it sold. $100 or something. Somebody probably smashed theirs and needs one. A box full of factory springs and tender springs. I don't know. I'll probably throw those on eBay, see if I can get $100 out of those or something. Let's see what they're doing on there, if anything. Full set of front A-arms. With ball joints. So someone will definitely buy those on eBay. People bend them, and you know, stuff happens. So those will be on eBay tomorrow probably. I didn't even know these were in there, but there's a set of factory tie rods. Those are always nice to have because they strip, they bend, they do different things on the trail. And finally, radius arms. Again, nice to have spares, or I can throw those on eBay and get some money for those. So that's probably what I'm going to do with all that stuff for the most part. It doesn't match my machine color anyway, so like I said, I'll keep the tie rods for sure because you never know when you're going to bend those. I'll probably keep up front, and I'll probably keep all the axles, and then everything else I'll just throw on Marketplace or eBay. But he's got a little stereo wired up in here with a little amp. Sounds pretty good, but overall this is a really clean machine. You can see he just had it at the dealer, and he had it serviced. So this has all new fluids in it, transmission, engine, and the front and rear diff. I think he said he thought they put a belt on it, but he wasn't sure. I don't think they put a belt on it. I'm gonna check that and probably do that myself. But these things have high, low. They have 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive. They have 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, and diff lock. And these things pretty much go anywhere in diff lock. They're just built for crawling. So, like I said, I'm probably gonna go 35s right away. Oops. See what's in there. Just overall, really nice machine. You can tell he barely rid it, and it's gonna be a good buggy for us. So, gonna do a lot of videos upgrading this thing here in the near future. But for now, I'm gonna put you guys away, list some of this stuff, take pictures, and then we'll go for a ride as soon as the weather clears up a little bit. It's really chilly out and it's raining, so I don't feel like getting soaked any more than I already did tonight. Oh, so before I forget, I did save the stereo off of mine. I think mine's honestly a little better, so I might sell his, throw mine up there since his is already wired. All I gotta do is, it'll be plug and play. I saved these mounts I made for a high lift jack in case I want to throw a high lift on there for when we go down to West Virginia. Obviously my tools and my tow rope and different things. Fire extinguisher I saved out of there, and my triangle mount so I can still run down the roads legally. Test this thing out. First ride ever. I run it down the road to get to some trails here, but that don't count. Went on Scotty's Road. This thing's so much smoother in both power and ride than my KRX was. Even though my KRX had the upgraded suspension, the Elka suspension, this thing soaks it all right up. Barely feel it. To the size of the machine a little bit, just so I don't cut corners quite as close as I used to. But honestly, thing turns really good for how big it is. Got the butcher shop. Other people, then we'll go give it some more testing. But while we're here, good time to talk about what I'm gonna do to this thing straight away. Definitely getting a winch and winch bumper, 35s. Gonna sell the 6 31-inch carnivores I have. If anybody's interested that is watching this, let me know. 2 of them on this machine are damn near like new. The 2 fronts, the rear ones are a little wore down, but I've got 2 brand new ones in the garage too, so you basically have 4 brand new ones plus 2 spares. So if you're looking for 31s, 15s, let me know. These are a good tire, especially for the Northeast here. Just not the size that I want for going down to West Virginia. Might look at buying my buddy's wife's cage. He was talking about getting her a different one. In that case, I might buy hers and put it on this. I would like to do the flip up windshield, even though this one's staying pretty clean, but it's not real muddy out right now. I like the option to be able to flip them up and get some air in there, especially in the summer. It feels so nice. This thing has the stock skid plates on. The back are HDPE, I believe. The fronts are steel, but kind of thin gauge. I'm going to do the poly skids probably 1/2 inch or 3/8, whatever they come in. I'm not exactly sure. Got my fire extinguisher mounted. Probably gonna put my stereo in. Don't know if I'm gonna do any kind of tree cookers or not. Other than that, I mean, that's really all I need to do. Maybe some auxiliary lighting, but headlights were pretty good. I just kind of tested those out, and no real complaints there yet. And that's about it. Just gonna ride it for now. And did I mention some sort of fender flares? These things are not they're working, but they're kind of ugly. Not even kind of ugly, they are really ugly. So some mud buster style flares that stick out and give me a little protection. A couple $100, but well worth it. So here's the rest of them. So we are going to go on a little ride here. The other thing I'm really liking about this machine, it is on the heavier side, but it feels so well planted. Obviously, anything's going to be planted at this speed, but it's a whole lot quieter than my KRX too, so that's a big plus. And we're just out on the local trails here, the ATV club I'm part of, and just going for a little night cruise, breaking in the trails for the season. I guess we got a dozer coming to fix some of these really bad spots on the trail, so that's kind of exciting. That'll be later this year. Might bring you guys along for some of that. And kind of scoping out some stuff, because it's a fairly large dozer with a cab, and trying to see where we're going to have maybe some issues. But so far it looks pretty pretty makeable with a dozer even, and I think we're going to be just fine. Actually, at my old farm right now. There's Christopher. He's peeling out. He's going to go get some food and probably call it for the night. He's got an early day tomorrow, so seeing him off, and then we're going to get going again here. Got it in low now. Just kind of crawling up this hill. I like to run stuff in low when not going really fast. It helps save the bell. I just think it's easier on stuff. So a little bit more cab noise here in low because you're running higher RPMs up the hill, but still not bad at all. I'd have to be yelling in the KRX for you guys to hear me right now, and I'm just talking a little bit louder than normal. So it'd be nice to actually be able to carry on a conversation with somebody when I'm riding with a passenger in here. Alright, so while we're riding along here, I'll tell you guys how I kind of ended up with the KRX. I mean, there's a ton of different machines out there. I really want to take this down to West Virginia and do some of the double black trails with my buddy Tyler, his wife, and a couple other friends that I recently started riding with. And this is the machine if you're going to be rock crawling and doing some gnarly terrain. It's what a ton of people use down in West Virginia. They're just billy goats, and they'll go anywhere. The other reason, and probably even bigger reason, is Cowie is extremely reliable. I love the Cowie brand. They build awesome stuff. Cowie is a great company. They stand behind their products. They have a couple known issues that they'll fix for free, and they're just a great company, a great built machine, and they probably outlast most of the machines on the trails today if you gave all of them the same amount of abuse. They're just very heavy built machines, and I like that. I will take wins the race type of machine over one that you can do 80 miles an hour with any day of the week. So that's how I arrived at my decision to have the KRX. I've wanted one of these ever since they've come out, and really happy to have this one. You know, it brings up another good point. I just want to take a minute and tell, state how thankful I am just to be alive, be fairly healthy, even though I don't feel it, you know, every day. But you know, God is good. It's the Easter season, and extremely thankful for Christ, my Savior, having gone to the cross and, you know, died for our sins. So I just want to take the time on this video to say that, and you know, very thankful for healthy friends, healthy family, good friends, good family, and a lot of blessings that you know, we don't all get to experience, and I certainly don't take for granted. So that's it. I'm going to shut up now and enjoy the rest of this little ride here. Going down this dried up creek bed. It's kind of neat little section in here. This is just mild, very mild stuff, but it's a nice night to be out. It's probably 50 degrees right now. Little, might be in the 40s now, but a little chilly if you're just standing around, but in the buggy it's not bad at all. These things put off a decent amount of heat, and I got the windscreen on. Ended up throwing the full glass windshield on, and actually there's almost no mud on it. The front fender flares are doing a great job, the makeshift ones, but like I said, I'm going to get something a little more permanent. This thing's no speed demon, but it's a lot faster than my KRX was. This thing's going to be an awesome trail machine, and when I get done putting the bigger tires and stuff on it, it's going to be a go anywhere machine, even though it pretty much kind of already is from the factory. But bigger tires are going to help us get over some of the big rocks down in West Virginia and Tennessee if we make it, and even down to Reading. I want to take this back down to Reading off-road, because that was some pretty cool stuff down there. There's some pretty gnarly technical stuff too, if you know where to look. And I just think it's going to be a really, really fun machine. Uh-oh. Hopefully we got enough saw battery for this big boy. Doing a little trail cleanup as we go.
Can I do it?
I don't know. Can the battery?
Use that thing to fill up a whole load of logs and put it out.
Really? Probably you could, but it might make more sense to just cut it in 2 spots if you can. If you got enough battery anyway.
So like here, just gotta
What just happened? I'm not in the same hole. Look how far off I am.
Aim better.
Yeah, I've done my job.
That's gonna be a good one.
For real, we got that thing.
Put that cable right in that cut.
Look what my chainsaw did.
The chainsaw is like on the flat
Now
leg.
cut it again.
Good to go.
All right, that's going to conclude our test drive for this evening. We'll have almost 30 miles on by the time I get home, so not a bad little break-in on the KRX. Sorry, I gotta get used to saying that. Well, I'm gonna miss that little KRX. That thing was an amazing machine. If any of my friends are looking for a machine and you don't want to spend a ton of money, let me know. I'll drive that thing across the country tomorrow. But the KRX should be the same kind of go anywhere machine with the same type of reliability as the KRX, with just more speed and more power, and be able to run bigger tires. So it's going to be a good bike, and can't wait to really put it to the test on some of the more hard trails. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll catch you next time.